Hello everybody. So I've decided I'm going to try to do a video every day and see how that works out. I figure practice makes better. Hopefully people can take their time and comment and criticize. I'm sure I do enough weird things that so there won't be a shortage of reasons to critique especially my first videos. So I figured today I'm going to talk about something that I found fascinating recently, and that is the amount of waste there is in meat production. Now I'm sure everybody's heard the stats and figures before, but somehow it never really struck me just how big the numbers were. Till recently when I heard this. I don't remember where I heard it at, but I had to go look it up and start researching, and it's amazing how big the numbers are. The fact that 30% of all the land on Earth is used to keep and feed slaughter animals. You hear people always talking about urban sprawl, and it's like, wow, seriously? That's what we're worried about, is the amount of space that humans are using for their houses. You can drive for hours and see only a few houses here and there. Even here, Minnesota, whatever. Yeah, I know there's places that are heavily populated, but it seems to me if we took away all that land that's being used to harbor animals that we're going to beat, torture, kill, all in the name of food, we could have a lot more land for the people and other animals to live on. So yeah, so there's that. And recently the U.S. Forest Department released 260 million acres of land to be used for feed production. It's like there's so much resources being given to this. It's just it's crazy. 70% of all the grain and cereal grown in the U.S. is devoted to animal feed, and we're worried about how we're going to feed people. Feed the people first, and don't use all the grain and cereal to feed animals that you're going to kill and eat. It's inefficient. I mean, simply put, it takes 10 times more petroleum energy to produce 1 calorie of meat compared to 1 calorie of plant protein. So I mean, if you just look at that, our food industry uses more protein. Wow, more petroleum than any other industry. I think I heard that right. I might be repeating it wrong. You guys can look it up. I'll look it up too. If I have it wrong, I'll correct it. But it's like, so if you took and didn't produce meat, but just produced plants to feed people, you'd use 1/10 as much petroleum. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. Then there's water. 1 pound of meat takes 2,500 gallons of water to produce. Compare that to 25 gallons of water to produce a pound of wheat. It's that was one of the things that just blew me away. I was like, how can that be? But everywhere you look at it, that's the number that comes across. It's not some fanatic number. It's not whatever. It's 2,500 gallons of water goes into 1 pound of meat throughout the life of the cow before it, well, cow animal, but I believe it was specifically beef. The other one I thought was good is if you don't eat 1 pound of meat, you save enough water and energy to shower for 6 months. And that just seemed amazing to me. But when you go do the math, it's, well, anyway, I could sit here and ramble on about the math. But the point is, it's crazy. Other thing is, all these animals poop a lot, to the tune of 89,000 pounds a second. That's the equivalent of 192,000 semi-loads of poop every day. I'm not even going to go into trying to understand that. 192,000 every day. I mean, it's just insane that there's even a way to put all that poop away. And it's ruining our groundwater, leaking into aquifers. It's put into holding tanks that spill over into rivers. It's yes. Battery died on my camera here, so I have to, we'll start over, or pick up where I left off, I should say. So we were on poop. So yeah, it's amazing when you think about how wasteful meat production is. I mean, you get past all the horrid things happening to the animals, everything else going on, and you know, the fact that people are contracting people to commit murder. It's anyway. But you think about it, it's like if all the Save the Earth people and Greenpeace and so on would just tell people, stop eating meat, that'll have more of an impact than anything else that you're going to do. I mean, that alone would well, I'm not going to say it would save the earth, but anyway, it certainly wouldn't hurt anything, and it'd be the right thing to do. You know, thinking of that, I was talking to a guy the other day, and he said, I understand why smoking is illegal. I mean, you know, not illegal, but why they've outlawed it in public places and things like that, and made it more and more illegal. You know, it's bad for the people who are smoking. It's bad for people around them through secondhand smoke, whatever. But he says, but I don't understand why meat would ever be illegal. That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't hurt anyone. And I guess that's really what prompted me to start thinking about this again, is it really does hurt everyone. I mean, it doesn't matter how far removed you are. You could be, you know, a kid playing in Bangladesh, and you know, it's affecting you. The meat that people eat here in the U.S. is affecting you there because it's grown, and I've just made up a name. I don't know whether Bangladesh produces much meat or not. But the point is, it doesn't matter how far away you are. I imagine there's, anyway, it doesn't matter. It's one of the few products where, even though it's produced on the other side of the world, someone here eating a hunk of beef is long-term affecting people in another region of the world. And how somebody can say it doesn't hurt anyone else, and you know, I guess I understand they can think it doesn't hurt them. You know, even though there's all kinds of really smart people saying that you know, meat causes cancer, you should only eat 2 ounces of meat a day, so on and so forth. You know, and these are people who still eat meat. They're not saying you shouldn't do it because it would hurt the animals or it's bad for the environment or anything else. They're just saying it's bad for you. It's a bad diet choice. And yet these people, I mean, most people won't hear it. It's something they can't hear. So something short of a law telling people they can't eat it, I don't think will make a difference. I mean, I shouldn't say won't make a difference, but this can be a really slow road. I mean, I don't know how much how much increase in veganism there's been over the last 20 years. Certainly something I'm going to research now that I've thought about it. But I'd imagine there's some increase, but it's not massive yet. Maybe with the free media, YouTube, things like that, it's gonna grow faster. The word will get out there. But anyway, I guess there's a lot of reasons why humans shouldn't eat other animals, but I guess I can rant about that some other day. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for listening. Do your subscription deal. I'm going to talk a lot more. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Give me a thumbs up if you do. That'd be great. Leave your comments and criticisms. I'd like to hear it. I want to get better. And certainly want to give people what they want, or there's not much point in doing this. So, thanks for listening.